because it is a session after demise of our respected Madan sir.
আমি রিনেম করি নাম দিয়ে আছে
ये किसी बोलना नहीं हो वो इलाका जेल ठाकुर देखते
Please mute yourself. Okay. Maji sir.
Yes sir.
Actually, it is just now 6:30. You can start now. Okay.
Yes,
so,
yes sir. Please start.
Okay. So, just a minute. Bolo. Okay. Okay. Hello. Let's start now. Actually, what are you doing? সেটা পরে দাও ওই যে একটু আমি যখন বলবো ওকে ওকে হ্যাঁ সেরকম হয়ে গেল রাইট ওকে okay today is the session for our UHB class. This is the third session.
Dear participants, please mute.
Like
মনে তো হচ্ছে আরো
Dear participants, please mute yourself.
wait.
Yes sir, please go ahead.
Okay. This is the third session. It's the first session. It was the introductory session. It was delivered by our Maji sir, Professor S.S. Maji, and next session, which was delivered by Madan sir, who delivered his lecture on last Wednesday. And very sad news it is that on Wednesday he had an interaction with the students very critically, very clearly, very actually with pleasure we have interacted in this session. And Madan sir, I think it was taken, he took the time to more than 2 hours. Okay. And he told that he will join on Sunday meeting for feedback session. But unfortunately, or it is a desire of our Almighty that suddenly he passed away from this world, you know. So this is actually he was always with us, and his inspiration we cannot forget. That's why, as per our actual advice of or suggestion given by Kamalika Madam, we want to just to maintain 1 minute silence, just to actually to homage his eternal soul. So let's start now. 1 minute silence. Okay. Okay, it has been completed. Okay, now our Kamalika madam is here. She will be speaking something just to memorize our Madan sir. And now before that, our program will be started with a inaugural song, because our Madan sir, he was always preferred this type of song. Okay, actually, so I will tell Tonusri just to start your inaugural song.
সখা হে মোরে ছেড়ো না সংসার গহনে নির্ভয় নির্ভর নির্জন স্বজনের সঙ্গে চির সখা হে অধানের ধন অনাথের নাথ অবলের বল জরা ভারা তুরে নবীন করো সুধা সাগর চির সখা হে।
See whether you have completed or
Yes, sir.
okay. So once again, already we conducted a program in university, controller's program on Monday. So because of the UHP class today, after demise of Madan sir, so today we should, before our continue our program, there is today's session on universal human values. So just we are to memorize him. I think he's already with us. So we'll try to fulfill his dream. Then that will be the best regard to him. So that now I request Kamalika madam, who is present here, to speak, just to memorize Madan sir.
Good evening, all of you. I believe that we had such a wonderful class last Wednesday. This is unbelievable that Madan sir is no more with us. But at the same time, this shows us that nothing is in our hand. And a very important thing is that life and death is part of this entity. The Universal Human Values course that we are conducting here was not only his dream. I can tell you how many times he visited the university for having this course, for having to interact with students. He wanted to have one-to-one interaction with all of you. That was his dream. He wanted to empower each and every human being, and of course the student of JIS University, the faculty members of JIS University, the staff members of JIS University, with the simple knowledge of loving each other, caring about each other, and of course, caring by sharing the knowledge that we all have within us. With these few words, I believe we have no words, but we have to accept this reality. But I will request every student to do this course, not only for the sake of doing this course, but understanding these values which you may carry till the end of your life. Thank you.
We wish that his eternal soul rest in peace in the supramental level where Almighty belongs. So it is very painful that today's session is going to be started, but Madan sir is not with us. Anyway, we'll have to continue this program as he wanted this. Now we will start today's lesson or today's session on the universal human values. Already you just to share. Accurate. Okay. Universal human values. Today's topic is continuous happiness and prosperity. A look at basic human aspiration, right understanding, relationship, and physical facilities. The basic requirements for fulfillment of aspirations of every human being with their correct priority. Next. Okay. Actually, two words has he had used. One thing, one is happiness, other one is prosperity. Just I have tried to explore the meaning of the happiness. This term happiness comes from the Old English word "hap," which means luck or chance. Okay, actually it is related to the Old English, but after 16th century, this meaning has been indeed as a good luck or success, and at the end of the 16th century, it means the pleasant and the contented mental state, which is happiness. Prosperity meaning flourishing or thriving condition, good fortune, wealth, success in everything good or desirable. Next. Okay, I'm telling you, yesterday on the feedback session on last Sunday, I have also told the students just to go through the book that is Conquest of Happiness by Bertrand Russell. So I have sent some pages by WhatsApp just to go through this book, because it is too much related to this universal human values, mainly on this topic today, which are being now delivered. Okay, the Conquest of Happiness, the first published by the 1930 philosopher Bertrand Russell, who was a mathematician actually, but later he was an essayist, mainly actually psychology-oriented writings. He's famous for that. So he diagnosed the causes of unhappiness in modern life. Russell lays out a rationalist prescription for living a happy life, including the importance of cultivating interests outside oneself and the dangers of the passive pleasure. So we are running to the passive pleasure, but which is not the ultimate happiness. Okay, next. And according to Russell, what he has done, what makes the people unhappy? Actually, there is some common criteria between animal and the human being. Animals are happy so long as they have health and enough to eat. But as per Darwin's theory, due to evolution, the actually the modern human being has originally come from the animal, So it is due to the actual physiological growth. At the same time, another evolution that is on psychological or the behaviorism and other criteria. It is on this issue, on this evolution or this transformation, the animal transformed to the human being. But in human, so-called human being in the modern age, some characteristics of animality belongs to human also. But our tendency to find out or go to the ideal human being, the characteristics of human being, or the behaviorism of human being. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. I'm telling the students, please mute yourself. Human beings, one feels, ought to be, but in the modern world, they are not, at least in a great majority of cases. If you are unhappy yourself, you will probably be prepared to admit that you are not exceptional in this. If you are happy, ask yourself how many of your friends are so. So, one is the key of happiness is the friendship. Okay, to be, you will be a good friend. Also, you will make others a friend. This is a relationship. And when you have reviewed your friends, teach yourself the art of reading faces. Make yourself receptive to the moods of those whom you meet in the course of an ordinary day. Another cause, it has been actually mentioned by Bertrand Russell, the causes of these various kinds of unhappiness lie partly in the social system, partly in the individual psychology. Actually, wholly unhappiness only do not depend only upon the individual. Individual has strong will, should have strong will, but the system or the atmosphere or the environment where he or she belongs is somewhat responsible for that. So unhappiness, it depends on the partly social system and partly individual psychology. Next. Okay, is happiness still possible? Is happiness still possible? It is a question to our students also. I'll discuss in interaction session. When I told you to think about that, and you'll express your opinion whether the happiness still possible or not. Fundamental happiness depends more than anything else upon what may be called the friendly interest in person things. Okay, the fundamental happiness depends on the relationship or the person or the things that have interest with friendly. And the secret of happiness is this: let your interests be as wide as possible, not the self, not the narrow one, but it will be wide in your society, in your community, in your circle. You'll have to spread it for being happy. It is another key of happiness. Let your reactions to the things and person that interest you to be as possible friendly rather than hostile. Next, okay, the important quoting of Bertrand Russell: a happy life must be to a great extent a quiet life, for it is only an atmosphere of quiet that true joy can live. Next. Okay, another philanthropist has written, one of the marvels of the world, the sight of soul sitting in prison with the key in its hand. That means actually mind has two dimensions. One is soul, another is mind. So soul is sometimes controlled or influenced by our mind. So mind should be set up, mindset should be prepared, then the positive soul will be developed. Next. Okay. There is an old story from Greek mythology wherein they say, when the gods created humans, they were having a discussion among themselves. Where should we put the secret of man's success, happiness, and fulfillment? So one of the gods proposed that we should keep it on the highest mountain. Man will never be able to get there and therefore never find the secret of the happiness. And the other one said, that means other god said, no, this man we have created is very resourceful. He will get there. Let's put it at the depths of the deepest ocean so he can never find it. And this conversation went on until one god finally said,
but then that
why?
dragon vomited a magical water map, and now I have no idea the truth.
Why don't you
What he said
keep
about your
it
mom's
somewhere where he's least likely to look for it? Why don't we embed it deep in his layers of consciousness inside him? So inside the human being, in the consciousness, we can develop our level of consciousness as actually vital to supramental, super consciousness. So there we may get the key or the essence of happiness. Next. It's in your mind. So the secret of continuous happiness, prosperity is a mindset. So what is mindset? What is the process of mindset? What are the components of mindset? I'll be telling that. Okay, next. Okay, everybody wants success, happiness, and fulfillment. People spend their lifetime seeking these attributes, but very few actually achieve these. The problem is we tie off our success and happiness with external circumstances, which are not in our hands. But what is always in our control is your thinking. The biggest key to success, happiness, and fulfillment is the way we think. Think means thinking in our mind. There are several ways to think, which, if we practice, we will find them ourselves rising on the ladder of success. So to climb upon the ladder of success, we'll have to exercise our thinking ability. Next. Bhagavad Gita actually says in chapter 6, verse number 5, it has been written, is mentioned in this way that Udvero atmanong atmanong no atmanong avasadayet atmaivo atmano bandhuro atmaivo ripuratmano. That means this: elevate yourself through the power of your mind and not degrade yourself, because the mind can be the friend and the enemy of the self. So, in our mind and the soul can be purified by your exercise your mind. So mind has enemy, and mind can be enemy and the friend. So oneself can be enemy or the friend of the mind. That is why the mind should be set so that our soul will be in positive direction. Next. So mindsets are positive thinking, inspiration, cultivating knowledge and values, growing in the face of problems, embrace every moment. Next. Positive thinking. People with a brighter outlook on life are not only happier, but accomplish more with their lives. Start believing there is more for you in life. Expect good things from other people and find the positive in all the situations. The simple acts will make you happier in the moment, and your future will become infinitely brighter. In this regard, I want to say, always try to see the positive or the positive side of any matter or any persons or any events. If you see, as example, when you are Observe the aesthetic view of a good building. Don't see the drainage where the dirty things are there. You cannot say, so building is not good as because there is too much dirty things are there. But you see the ambience or the views of the aesthetic views of this building. So try to make your mind to see the positive side of anything. Don't comment, don't estimate in your mind the negative of anything. Every matter, every event have some positivity and also some negative side also. But try to exercise yourself to see always the positive thing. Then your mind will be developed for the positive thinking. So positive thinking will develop yourself, develop your soul, and it will be a key your happiness. Okay, next. Inspiration. People who achieve the most in life realize that the greatest limitations are those they place on themselves. Okay. So if you want to achieve your goal, then at the same time, you have to see your limitations and you try to get the inspiration from positive persons or positive thing, This applies to your success too, in schools, business, fitness, the quality of your relationship and the impact you have on the lives of others. Dreaming big is about raising the expectation you have for your life, because when you do, your future becomes bigger and brighter. So you do something in positive and also develop your relationship with others in your area or interaction. It may be in school, it may be in business, even any other spaces, but try to interact with them, positive things, and try to develop a positive relationship. And whenever you apply it, do it, your future becomes the bigger and brighter. That is inspiration. Okay. So you require inspiration and you will also inspire someone. That will be a good way of development of relationship by which the happiness and prosperity will be achieved. Next. Cultivating knowledge and values. When you like doing something, you do more of it. That you feel good, that you prefer most, that thing which gives you pleasure, gives you happiness, you do more. And tend to do it in your free time. Actually, free time means, well, it is a very important thing. How will you spare? How will you spend your time? So time is an important thing, So how will you utilize your time? Utilize your time. The mind set is responsible for the utilization of time. So if you have sparing time, if you have free time, you will do or continue doing something that may give you pleasure, Okay. So when you are doing things that consume you, your focus is better. You perform better and improve faster. Okay. That you are doing, you perform always, your tendency will be do better than that. And don't waste time. Do it faster. And doing these things more often and with a greater degree of focus allows you to become great at whatever they are. When you are great at anything, the world notices and your value to others increases and more wonderful things flow into your life. So that I'm telling, everything is being counted by another power. Everything has some action and reaction. If you do good, if you think good, If you do good, your reaction will be good. Your reaction from the society, reaction from your family, reaction from the your surroundings, you will get positiveness, and the focus will be greater. And at the same time, you will get from your value inculcation, your thinking will be developed, and your happiness will be achieved. Next. Growing in a phase of problems. One thing, we cannot avoid problems. We must have to face the problems. Life is learning. Life is a sequence of some failures or some problems. Okay. So life is learning and the process of continual growth. So every time you have to identify the problems, recognize and regions of the problems, and recognize this and see growth from all experience, and good and bad. You are the judge to identify but distinguish or difference between good and bad. So if you inculcate through your value orientation, then you will be able to differentiate between good and bad. When you do this, you will constantly get better. You must also proactively develop your strengths and build new skills. So new skills mean doing good. That is the new skills. That new skills will be developed in yourself or in your soul. By doing so, you will truly become 100% accountable and capable of creating the life your dreams. That dream, it will be achieved, and your target or goal will be achieved. Next. Okay. Embrace every moment. One measure of your life is how you feel each moment. To what degree do you experience positive emotions like joy, love, gratitude, empathy, etc.? When you embrace every moment, you squeeze the most out of each experience and live a life of greater happiness. Seek out circumstances, create great joy and fond memories. Remember, even in tough times, like the loss of a friend, you experience love, and while sad, it is still a rich and positive experience to remember your friendship. Okay, so every moment you embrace every moment. Okay, next. Okay, how living our values. Please mute. Someone speaking. How living your values can transform your happiness at work. Okay, so understanding our core values can bring about many benefits. Okay, so always inculcating values and doing work will bring the happiness. Your happiness. So understanding our core values can bring about many benefits, not only in your personal life, but in our professional life also. They drive our behavior, our actions, and essentially who we are. Always we have to think who am I or who I am. Similarly, we'll have to think who we are. When you achieve this concept, then you will see you are getting some happiness, and you are always observing, always thinking, or always getting always positive things of everything, positive side of everything. They determine what's important to us and help steer us towards our true north. Knowing and understanding our values can also help us to make decisions that are in harmony with our purpose, and thus allow us to live our lives more authentically. Okay. Next point. If we know what our values are, and we are consciously leaving them at work. When you feel that, actually values sometimes varies person to person. That you, from your knowledge, from your cultivation of positive things, doing work, you will feel that you will identify some values that is helpful to you. Then after revision of your values, you will have to continuously apply your work. The chances are we happier and more content. We are able to bring our best selves to work. When we are doing work, we should try how can we do it best. So same work can be done, many people don't know, but there is a grading, there is a degree of perfectness. Okay, so always your tendency should be do some positive work, do our active work or value-oriented work to get the best form, which in turn drives more positive emotions, including increased energy, passion, and creativity. Next. The time is now. Harness the power of this moment and take purposeful action today. So harmony, the time is the main key of our happiness. Every time, you have to use this time and our purposeful way, then we'll be able to tend towards happiness and prosperity. Next, I think. Okay, attitude of gratitude. Seek the positive from every experience and be thankful for all you have. Thank you. Next, I will 4 questions that will be I'm telling you, then I will listen from your reactions or from your feedback. Number 2 question. First question is happiness still possible? This is a very important question that has been mentioned in the Bertrand Russell Conquest of Happiness. There he has mentioned happiness is impossible without a creed of a more or less religious kind. What does it mean? Religious, that means they have some belief in the Almighty, believe in values, believe in positive things. For keeping this value, there is belief. Without this belief, without this religious form, religious money doesn't mean that it is some sectarian outlook, but it is mentioned by the Bertrand Russell. The religious means there is a belief in Almighty, belief there is a power that you can achieve from your exercise of mind. So happiness cannot be possible without the faith on this Almighty. And next question, who is the happy man? So it is a question to everybody, I think. The question to every student, question to all of us, you know. Bertrand Russell has told that the happy man is the man who lives objectively, not in blind faith, not in blind work, not a prototype work, not just mechanical work. You do some mechanically, but every time some objectivity will exist. The happy man is the man who lives objectively and who has free affections and wide interests, who secures his happiness through these interests and affections, and through the fact that they in turn make him an object of interest and affection to many others. That means happy man will be he who can see everything objectively, and also their free affection and interests will be will be developed through the relationship with others. Your sphere will be widened. You spread your area or your affection or interest in a wider and wider range. So the man or woman who does this form will be the happy man as per the persons of Barton Russells. Okay. Now I giving you one question first. So I think Oriti have written in the chat box. So what are the causes of unhappiness? Okay. You will write the chat box. At the same time asking the students. Okay, do you unmute? Anyone can unmute and speak.
So can I
Hello, sir.
What are the
Can I
causes
answer
of
this, sir?
unhappiness?
Hello, sir.
Vernon, yes, sir.
Namrata this side, sir.
Okay, let's okay.
Hello,
You
sir.
just
Namrata.
introduce yourself from which department?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
this is
Namrata
Vernon from Education
BA
Department.
Department, JIS University.
Okay.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Oh, but who is? Please, others are requested to mute. Who is talking continuously? Speak.
So I would just like to sum up the whole answer in one word, that is unsatisfaction. A person is unhappy when he is unsatisfied. Now I would like to elaborate my answer by saying that a person can be happy or sad depending on the desires. If he is
Okay.
unsatisfied with the desires, he will be unhappy. For example, I would like to nourish my answer with a short example. For example,
Okay.
a child he or she doesn't knows what is happiness or sadness. So if we give him a piece of chocolate, he is satisfied with it, he is happy with it. But same goes for a grown up man. Like if you give him a piece of chocolate, he will not be satisfied because that is not his need. Maybe he
Okay.
wants money, he wants some things according
Okay.
to his necessities, luxuries, anything. So it depends on the satisfaction level. Everything depends on the satisfaction level of a person. If he is satisfied, he'll be happy. If he's unsatisfied, he won't be happy. That is what my answer it is. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, very good opinion from you. But I want to listen. What are the causes of unsatisfaction? Okay. You are not satisfied. What are the reasons behind it? What are the factors for not being satisfied? Okay. Anyone can say?
So could I try, sir?
Okay.
Yes, sir. So this is Vernon. I feel, sir, the main cause of unhappiness is expectation.
Okay.
We human beings, like my friend said, have desires. Human beings' desires can never be satisfied, and there is expectation. When there is expectation, there is bound to be disappointment. Disappointment leads to unhappiness. If human beings learn to be contented with what they have, what God has given them. Now, being content doesn't mean being complacent. Being complacent and being contented are two different things. But being contented is being happy with what I have. That is the first step moving towards achieving happiness. Because the more we have expectations, we are bound to meet disappointments. And disappointments lead to unhappiness, is what I feel. The happy man is he, sir, I feel. It's the one who finds happiness in the little things of life. Like I had said in my previous class.
We are going to next. We will be going to next question. What are the causes of happiness? That is another thing. But what are the causes of unhappiness that you have the expectation or desire? Okay.
All right, sir.
Okay. Desire of someone has written. I think Susmita has written it. Oh, I have actually I'm missing it. So Susmita, will you speak? Will you unmute and speak? What you want to speak on that? Sayan Anthony, okay. is the isolating oneself. Oh, very good answer, you know. Isolating unhappiness is all in the mind. Oh, of course, all in mind. But isolating, Gomes has told, San has told, the isolating oneself. It is a very important thing that he has mentioned. Okay. So one thing I'm telling you, whether my question is, but also first part is unhappiness, causes of unhappiness. So unhappiness depends on two things. You know. One is the materialist thing, desire of material things, and other one is somewhat beyond the material things. Okay. So unsatisfaction or the unhappiness, the criteria of unhappiness, actually you are tending to get some spiritual things or the value things. Tanushree, mute yourself. Okay. So someone is right, causes of happiness depends upon the desire. Someone has written. So anyone can say what are the factors or the causes for the unhappiness, you know. Anyone can say? I want to just interact. I want to know your vision, want to know your observation, that you want to, how will you apply in your life. That is the main thing. What are the causes of unhappiness? Tanushree, you can speak now. You can speak now. Unmute yourself and speak. Tanushree.
Causes of unhappiness or causes of happiness, sir? Because you have already discussed about unhappiness.
Okay. No, we are in the these questions. There is a causes of unhappiness. Next, we will go to actually who is the happy person or what is the causes of happiness. We'll discuss. Okay. But what are the causes of unhappiness? We happy. Okay. I'm telling you some psychology entity we have. Envy, love, affection, sorrow, pain. These are psychological entity. Okay. So this unhappiness depends on this psychological entity also. Okay. So envy is one of the cause of the unhappiness. So from your desire, I'm thinking desire must have some desire. Everyone must have some desire. Desire for it may be for positive thing, maybe one negative thing. Okay. So okay. Oh, Nilanjan, will you speak something? Anyone who is speaking? Just unmute yourself. Okay.
कहाँ कट गया था? अम्मी का हाथ में आया तब कटा है.
Sir, Nilanjan over here.
Nilanjan.
Sir, you're talking about unhappiness, the causes of unhappiness.
Right,
sir,
right.
for me, unhappiness occurs when a person actually falls out of grace, falls out of grace when he's trying to make a meaning of himself in an ever-challenging and ever-changing society. He's unable to keep pace with the ever-changing society.
Right.
That's one of my
observation
from this one, sir.
Right.
One of these causes of today's problems, especially when it comes to unhappiness, when he or she is seeing someone putting up with a flashy car or going into a party, but he's unable to go into that party, or he feels himself withdrawn from society because he thinks that he's not part of that society, because his societal background is unable to project himself in that particular group or society where he thinks he does not belong to.
Okay, this is unhappiness. Okay. Then next question is, what are the causes of happiness? What are the causes of happiness? Actually, already happiness defined. What is happiness? How the happiness can be achieved? But what are the causes of happiness? Just like causes of unhappiness, causes of happiness.
So when we are able to fulfill our desires.
Okay.
our aim, our life goals, then we choose to be happy, or like the life what we are expecting from others. If the other people do the same way, we feel happy.
Happy only. How can we achieve this position to get the happiness? What is the process?
Sir,
Bolo Sakshi.
love,
Okay.
sir,
Right.
love,
Yes.
achievement,
Okay.
appreciation,
Affection.
sir, and connections, friendship. These things give us happiness in our life. These
So
are few
more,
things that through which we can get happiness.
so
Sir,
most
zest.
important
Sir,
is our
zest.
aim.
Okay. Another thing that already been mentioned in our actual PPT, there is relations with the surroundings. Okay, so positive relationship, it makes you happy. You know, I think Kamalika Madam is here. Kamalika Madam, will you highlight in this regard?
I think, sir, it is a very good conversation that is going on with the students, and I believe cause of unhappiness and happiness to an extent,
Right.
it is everything within us, right? What we feel is happiness, what we feel is unhappiness. You know, one happiness for me, maybe someone else is not satisfied with that.
Right.
I'm happy with some X percentage of marks, but someone else is not happy with that X percentage of marks, right?
Okay.
So the level of happiness depends on individual to individual, and
Right.
everything is within ourselves. This is the most important thing of this universal human value course, that everything is within us. What we feel, what we do, is everything is within us. All power is within us. So if we want, we can do everything. If we want happiness, we will achieve it. It's up to you.
Okay, very nice.
Hello,
actually,
sir.
Hello, you can speak
Sir,
now.
this is Astha Vishwas from B.Ed first semester.
Okay.
Sir, I want to say that as my fellow friend Shayan told, that isolation is a cause of unhappiness, but I want to say that isolation is also a cause of happiness, because from day-to-day frustration, we can get out of this. Isolation can also make us happy because we can live in our own selves.
Okay. Okay, let me
That's
tell
it,
you.
sir.
No, I'm telling you, isolation doesn't mean it is physical isolation. Actually, isolation from the mind to mind actual connection. If you feel good, you can convey good to others. If you have value, but if you identify some value, you can transfer the value to others, or the value from the others. If you do not do it, then this type of isolation, I think it is a painful to one. So that you are telling that in this spirit of isolation, actually that I'm telling you, I'm telling in this respect, in your version, I'm telling, explain, we should enjoy the aloneness. I think you want to highlight this. Aloneness, Aurobindo Rishi told that. You can enjoy aloneness. Aloneness sometimes is painful, sometimes it is boring, but it may be developed to a level which is a cause of happiness. That's what I'm telling, I think. Because aloneness is up to your mind can be exercised for being happy yourself. You can enjoy the aloneness. Okay. So isolation in this respect, the physical isolation, that may be a cause of unhappiness. No, okay. But sometimes aloneness also a happiness to someone. So that depends upon the criteria, levels of isolation, level of what in which level you are thinking of that. Okay, that I am meaning. So one thing I'm telling you, I think for being happy, I'll tell you a story, and then the next question, my question will be: is happiness still possible or not? Ultimate the happiness, whether possible, can be attained properly or not, perfectly or not. Before that, I'm telling in this respect how we'll be happy. You guys always try to see the positive one. Okay, positive side that I've already told. And it may be realistic truth or not, but to think the positive side of yourself. Suppose I'm telling you a story. Suppose you get, I'm telling my history and my experience, I'm telling. When a BSc part one, I got a paper only 13 out of 100. It is a test examination. Then my favorite teacher, I went to his room, I told, sir, physics, this subject physics, it will not be continued by me. I'm not suitable for this. Why? No, the problem is that I tried to solve a problem out of 16 marks. So time has passed, 3 hours passed only out of 4, and then I have been in nervous breakdown. I didn't answer any other question. Only one question out of 16 I have 13. So it is not I think this subject is not for us. Then he told, for inspire, for your explore your sphere, just to explore yourself, try to see your positive side. You think that you have got out of 16, 13. If you answer all the questions, 6 questions, it will be 78. Highest it is 52. So you could be the first student, you know. So try to see the positive thing of yourself, okay, and positive side of yourself. If you have some lacuna, you have some drawbacks, you have some inability, but don't see this. See what you have, then you will get encouragement, you will be energized, and you will proceed to your goal. So that I'm told, for being a happy, we should see the positive thing, positive side of anything, positive side of ourselves, oneself also, that I'm telling. So next, I think, okay, he has not written his name. From Devosmita, will you speak? Okay. Will you speak? Is happiness still possible? Discussing. You can speak. Unmute yourself and speak. Is happiness still possible? Hello. Someone has, what's your name? Raised hand. What's your name? Oriti, you see.
Sir, the name is not
In literature. Ogni Bina Mojumdar. Allow her to speak, or you speak the questions. Then we'll be discussing on that. What he has written in the chat box. Oh, Susanto Sarkar raised hand. Susanto, will you unmute? And will you
Sir,
speak?
it's Shishnata.
Oh, Susnata, speak. Okay.
Sir, could you please explain me the question? I did not get it.
Which one?
The
Hello?
question that you asked.
Oh, the question already written in the chat box. The question is happiness still possible? Is happiness still possible? Do you understand? Okay. Professor Maji has joined now. Anyone? Anindita Malik. Anyone can say? Just you wanted to see a raised hand also. So you can speak. Anyone? Hello? Hello? Anindita.
Sir, I think Deepanjali has raised hand.
Let her speak.
Sir,
Balo Deepananda.
sir, Deepanjali Bhattacharya, B.Ed first semester. Sir,
Okay.
happiness is possible, but it depends upon us.
Depends upon us. Depends upon us means, what do you mean by us?
Means it if their needs, or something else, it when possible, but it in money or something social relationship, it depends.
That's okay. Now, whether it is dependent on the achievements or the mindset, which one?
Achievement, mindset, both.
One example I'm going to, as per the survey, you know, that country, you know, Thailand, okay, per capita is very low in compared to the world statistics, you know. The measurement of happiness in this country of the happiness of this country, you know, is in first position, you know. The people of Thailand are happy rather than all other developed countries. Okay. So, but the who is doing some? Please mute yourself. Okay. So Thailand, being a low per capita country, the happiness scale is higher than other developed countries. So main thing is due to survey, the statistics has received, you know, have been received, you know. That I'm telling the happiness does not depend upon only achievement, doesn't depend upon material things, depends upon desire. Every individual must have some desire, you know. But the mindset, if you actually desire is different, it's different in respect of different persons, you know. If you say to your mind that my expectation is that, as per my limitation, I know my limitation, I want to get this. So the achievement or the goal or objectives or the target of every individual is different than others, you know. So that depends on your mindset that I'm telling. Not only the resources, not depends upon only the material achievement, not somewhat depends upon appreciation, it is, I can say, but it is not solely depends upon appreciation also. Okay. So which thing will give you the happiness or pleasure? That depends on your mindset. So that which I already told that actually the mind has two dimensions. One is soul or the self, another is mind. As per the verse of Gita, Bhagavad Gita, you know. So mind is sometimes it is also an enemy, sometimes it is a friend of self, yourself, oneself. So your mind should be exercised in such a way that the soul can be developed. Then your desire will be in a positive direction, will tend to a positive direction. Okay. And from this satisfaction of this positive desire will give you the pleasure. That Bertrand Russell has tried to explain this. Okay. This is the main thing, you know. So, okay, you are telling very interesting discussion. You are also highlighting so many opinions, and it is very practical nature. We are entering, we are getting these responses from you. And another Sunday on 4 to 5, it is a session where you will be giving your feedback from this, what are the sources of happiness, what are the sources of prosperity, whether is it possible or not, whether it's still whether it is very tough to get happiness at present in this modern world, whether the development of technological development is also giving our pleasure, giving our happiness or not. These times so many questions are now. Okay. So happiness, I think it is fully depends on our mindset that I'm telling. Okay. And next, in your opinion, last question is that I have already told the Bertrand Russell quotation I have given you. But from your opinion, I want to see who is the happy man or happy woman in this world, present society, present scenario. What is your opinion? Being a student, what you think, who may be the happy man or the happy, from your outlook, who will be the happy man or woman? Anyone?
Sir, can I say?
Of course. Monisha. Now, what's your name?
Mrinalini, sir.
Mrinalini.
Mrinalini.
Okay. Speak. Mrinalini, which department?
I'm from MSc, microbiology first semester.
Okay. Very good. Speak.
Any man or woman who can accept their failure as well as success, they can be happy.
Very good. Very good answer. Very good answer. Okay. Very good answer. Very good answer. Failure and achievement. Okay.
As well as when we can stop expecting anything from anyone else.
Okay.
At that time, and helping others without accepting any feedback.
Okay. Very good. So this is the way that you are telling. You, when we do something for my friend, you are expecting something, but you are doing something for your friend. It gives you pleasure. Pleasure exists on giving something. Okay. So charity and sacrifice do not lie on the same plane. I'm telling you. Charity sometimes belongs to, but exists some ego, you know. Always it may not exist ego, but charity, I am doing something. It may give you another ego, another satisfaction, or material satisfaction.
Sir, nowadays.
But when you are doing, I'm telling, when you are doing sacrifice something without expecting anything. What you are succeeding, what you are telling? Hello.
Sir, I was saying that nowadays people are more concerned about posting the things in social media. So what kind of mentality they post, like what they wanted to show by doing the charity or something?
Okay, very good.
Sir, I have one thing to say about this.
Okay, you can speak. That interaction I want. Okay.
Sir, in today's world, all people have their social media account. They have too many friends.
Okay.
Hashtag friends. I should say hashtag friends.
Okay.
But they are not.
But the friends are not real.
We need.
Okay.
Or someone should have.
Right.
People are having 1K, 2K to 10K friends in FB, but not a friend that those who can help us in our daily life.
Okay. Right. Actually, true friend.
There are so many friends.
Right.
So why they are in so much of illusion? Like if some influencer is doing something, they also need to do that, the same thing.
Right. Now, okay. I'm telling you one thing. Actually, very good discussion is going on, you know. So friendship, which one is the real friendship, you know? Friendship actually cannot be defined only the giving and taking something, you know. But it's other sense. When I feel somewhat good to others, really, then it is a friendship. There is a relationship, you know.
Khabo.
Oisaki, mute yourself. Okay. She's talking. Okay. So who is that we are discussing? My question is, who is the happy man from your opinion? You have told. Actually, Minali has given an explanation on this. So happy man, when I see the the failure and the achievement or joy in the same person, same mind. This also depends upon the mindset, So any other one who can highlight this concept, these questions, okay, who is the happy man? Can you say? Anyone?
Sir, may I?
Okay, Torosri, you can speak.
Sir, আমরা most of the time এত suffer করি because we cannot accept ourselves. We always have some problems, some issues with ourselves. Someone is want to have good score, trying hard, but still the person is not getting that much good score, or someone want to have something, some earthly possession, whatever they think, they are not happy with, they were not satisfied with themselves. So if a person can accept the person, their life the way they are, whatever they have, I think the person will be happy. So that is one of the thing I think a person need. If a person can accept himself the way he is, I think the person will be happy.
Okay, one thing, the Conquest of Happiness, this book is of two parts. First part is the causes of unhappiness. One cause of unhappiness is the competition. Due to competition, most times we are getting some unhappy. Suppose you are expecting 60 marks, you are not getting 60 marks. It is due to the competition, unhappiness belongs. Okay, if you see it very objectively and analytically, then that you feel that it is a failure, your failure, but take it not as a failure. It is what is the origin of that. If you feel, then the unhappiness may decrease. So the causes of unhappiness, these are the chapters of this book. One is competition, another is pain, another is jest. These are the causes of fatigue. These are the causes of actually unhappiness, Okay, so that I can speak. But how we live, my question is, being a student, being an individual, how can we be, can I be or we be happy in this present scenario? Okay,
We have to accept ourselves for what we are.
What we are, right? Accept ourselves what we are.
Sir, and also self-control and maturity level is needed. Like, we have to master our brain. We don't need to be the slave of our brain or heart.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. I'd like to continue.
Okay.
Add upon that. May I?
Of course, you can speak.
Okay, sir. I'm Shivani Chaudhary from MSc Microbiology, semester 1.
Okay.
I'd like to add the fact that happiness, like we're saying here, is greatly influenced by one's mindset. Also, besides this, lies the aspect of how much we're being aware of ourselves and requirements and our needs. If we know what we want, it will greatly determine what our actions are aimed for. And if we act in tune to that, we can obviously look for what makes us happy and what satisfies our needs. Accordingly, it will rather help one be more happy. But here, if we're unaware of what we're looking for or what we want, or rather not in tune with ourselves.
Jyoti Kumari, mute yourself. Hello.
Hello, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Actually, the mute is others are speaking. You should mute. Okay. Okay. What discussion that I was told by that student? You know. Will you repeat? Just the distortion was there. Subhangi, you speak.
Okay, sir. So what I was saying is, we're talking of the mindsets that, like, having a proper mindset greatly affects how one lives their life. Are they happy or are they sad? Besides this fact, one also needs to be in tune with what their own demands and requirements are. That is, one should be more self-aware of what they're looking for and what they're seeking for. Having a particular goal in mind and living for that actually helps one satisfy their requirements better and helps them lead a rather happier life, because they not only have a sense of goal that they are aiming or striving to achieve, they also have like an idea of the way that they want to go. So that helps them lead a more satisfied and fulfilled life, like having a better sense of satisfaction.
Okay. Actually, Button Russell has told, I have already mentioned it. For being happy, you will have to identify your interest, zone of interest. Okay. So if you identify your zone of interest, your interest, actually interest varies man to man. So first you'll have to identify the zone of interest or the point of interest or the matter of interest. Then you try to impose your values and try to do work to achieve this target, which gives you the interest to you. Then you will be happy. So interest, zone of interest is the main criteria for being happy. Okay. Suppose I'm telling you, someone is actually spending his or her leisure time by doing some problems, by doing some sums in mathematical sums. He or she is getting pleasure. I have seen it. So that is the zone of interest for getting pleasure, you know. Generally, we get pleasure when we enjoy some music or reading some novels or stories in our leisure time. But I have seen one person who spent his time doing some mathematical problems. But that problem, it is not only professional problems, professional sums. Only for getting some pleasure, getting some interest, give some interest to him, he is doing that. So you'll have to identify your point of interest and zone of interest, and you have to cultivate it. Bikram, please meet yourself. Oh. Hello. So, অরিতি দেখো তো কে করছে ওটা, এটাকে অফ করো, মিউট করো। So anything. So I'm telling you this thing. So I'm telling you the next Sunday we'll listen at 4 to 5 p.m. We'll listen again your feedback from this session, or to feel, or to learn, or your actual action or reaction or response from this session regarding the happiness and the prosperity of human being. So that feedback will be listened on Sunday. Every Sunday, actually last Sunday we have listened some feedbacks from the students regarding the last lecture that was done on, that was delivered on last Wednesday. So next Sunday we will be listening some feedbacks from this lesson, you know. Okay, from this session, you know. Maji sir, are you present? Maji sir? Maji sir এসেছেন অরিতি? অরিতি?
স্যার উনি তো ইয়েতে প্রেজেন্টই আছেন।
লাইনে আছেন না? ওতে মানে এতে ট্র্যাকে আছেন তো? ওকে।
স্যার আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি না অ্যাকচুয়ালি ওনাকে।
আচ্ছা, ওকে, okay.
Sir, I have shared the attendance link.
Okay,
shared it.
Shared.
Okay. Yes, dear participants, I have already shared the attendance link in the chat box. Please fill it up and submit it.
Okay. So it will be going on. Before that,
Sir, I have submitted my attendance. Can I leave?
Dear all, please wait for some time. Sir is coming. Sir has left due to some network issues. Sir is just joining right now.
Okay.
Okay, so sir is having some serious network issues. So sir has just called me. The next class will be on Sunday at 4 p.m. and there we will be discussing about the feedback and all. So you can leave now and just submit your attendance in the link. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Meeting over?
Yes, sir, meeting is over. Sir is actually having some network issues. So sir is trying to join again, but he said that the discussion is over. He said that if we can wait for a few minutes, he's trying to join.
Okay, okay. So
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay,
I am ending the live stream, right?
Okay, due to some network problem, I think the charge was finished. That's why I have been disconnected now. Okay, that time now it has been now. Just a minute, okay? Just a minute. Okay. 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 I'm telling you, they all have left. Or you are here. Actually, we have discussion in this regard today. So on Sunday at 4 to 5 p.m., your feedback will be again listened. Tanushree, you have this. You have left. Have you left? Tanushree, are you here? Tanushree. Tanushree.
Sir, Tanushree has left.
Okay. ठीक है. Okay. अच्छा, okay. Just. So we have finished complete. Whether they have attendance, given attendance, you know.
Yes, sir, I have shared the attendance link.
Okay. Due to at the last moment, it had been actually I have been disconnected. You know,